Hello, everyone. I guess you guys can hear me, because I can hear myself. Thank you for coming. My name is Vladimir Vinogradsky. I run a program management team for API management product, and I'm joined by Kai Walter, who is lead IT architect at Zeiss. So we have a lot of content for you today, and only 45 minutes, so we're going to get started real quick. So the goal of this session, and this is an overview session, really we want to sort of tell you, we want to have you leave this session understanding what API management is, how it can help your organizations, where it fits sort of in Azure platform, and all substantiated by a very interesting customer story that Kai is going to tell us. Sort of providing a real-life example of API management use in the enterprise. So I'm going to start with API Management 101. So it's a very quick overview of the product itself. So before talking about the product, I need to talk about APIs, because API management obviously is tightly related to actual APIs. So there's this concept of digital transformation that I think you probably heard during keynotes and in the press. Simply, it really is a name, industry name, for the journey that businesses take in reaction to the profound technological changes that happened over the past 2 decades. Obviously, internet, but also cloud, mobile, machine learning, IoT, et cetera, right? So the business landscape changed dramatically, and companies have to react. There's 2 aspects of digital transformation. There's actual business transformation, which really deals with opening new revenue streams, building new business models, creating new experiences for customers, and business optimization, which really deals with driving more revenue from existing assets and business models, improving agility. Turns out that APIs underpin both transformation and optimization. And a lot of API-centric sort of strategies, innovative business models, new connected experiences are enabled by APIs. Why? Is a good question. I think there are many reasons, but I'll just name several, the way I think about it. First of all, APIs are abstractions, right? They allow you to decouple consumption from implementation. That's a very powerful concept, as you will see later on demonstrated by API management. Second, APIs are reusable. So investment in building an API is amortized for a long period of time across many consumers, right? It's a great deal, right? You build it once, and it's used by many. Third thing, of course, is that APIs that we are talking about here that are important, that are web-based APIs or HTTP APIs, they're actually standards-based. And they are based on a very few, rather simple and extremely well-adopted standards, such as HTTP, JSON, OpenAPI, and a few others. And therefore, they are broadly available on any platform in any programming language. And by this time, they are tooled very well, right? So pretty much building an API is a solved problem. Consuming an API is a solved problem. And lastly, and very importantly, they actually work, right? APIs, web APIs, or HTTP-based APIs, have been proven at the internet scale before they were actually adopted in the enterprise. So it's a very well-known quantity which actually works and solves problems. So anybody can build an API and, expose it to a few people. But building APIs and running them as a strategic business asset is a completely different matter, right? And if you think about both API publishers, people who actually have APIs and want to expose them, and developers or app developers, people who actually want to consume those APIs, there is a few needs that need to be addressed, that have to be addressed. As an API publisher, again, you want to decouple consumption from implementation. You want something that is sitting in between and allows you the flexibility to change your mind about back-end architecture, back-end location, back-end transports and things of that nature. You also want a front door, right, where you can do admission control for requests that are coming in one place, authenticating them, metering them, and doing other sort of important things. You also want to be able to evolve your back-end APIs in a manner that is not disruptive to the consumers. Of course, APIs are meaningful when they are used. So to sort of accelerate and smooth adoption of your APIs by your customers, app developers, you really want to address their needs, which is cataloging your APIs in one place, making them discoverable, enable these developers on their own to find these APIs and learn how to use them, and interact with these APIs without writing code, hopefully, get them some SDKs and samples, and of course, provide them the avenue to provide feedback and get support. So there's a lot of needs that need to be addressed, and if you are sort of on your own, that's a lot of work that you need to do. Fortunately, we have this product in Azure that is called API Management, which out of the box and very efficiently solves a lot of these problems. API Management consists of three sort of pieces. It's a management interface, and we have a sort of an interactive interface for actual administrators or publishers. We also have automation interface, through Azure API and ARM templates. That's where you define your APIs, evolve them, collect, and view metrics, configure alerts, scale, et cetera. And then the other component is Developer Portal. The Developer Portal is automatically populated by the information about the APIs that you entered on the Azure portal, on the admin portal. So it's immediately visible and usable by all developers. You can customize that portal, and that's the place where all these sort of developer concerns are addressed. And then importantly, to abstract, secure, protect, evolve, and monitor and measure, Gateway essentially is a mediation layer that essentially passes and screens all the requests that are coming in and out, and affords you capability of essentially do admission control, transformation, and things like that. That's great. APIs are great by themselves, but to build a complete solution, sometimes, or oftentimes, I would say, you need to potentially stitch a bunch of APIs together in a complex workflow, add some asynchrony and resiliency by introducing messaging, make your solutions more efficient by adding events. We recognize that, and therefore we are sort of introduced this concept of Azure Integration Services, which comprises of 4 services, which you see on the slide here. And sort of we're trying to make it easier to combine those services into the full solution. To learn more about that, you guys can go and download this new white paper. It just was published last week, I believe. It's a very nice white paper that sort of goes over sort of our vision for integration services. The other interesting and good resource for you to find out more is a session on hybrid integration, which was held on Monday, so you can go look that up. It goes into more detail about that particular initiative. With that, I'm going to give you a quick demo of the product so you have a sense. So at this point, hopefully you sort of understand where this product fits, what it does, and how it helps. But now I'm going to give you a little bit of a preview of it. It's really a teaser because we are sort of hard-pressed on time. So let me switch to my machine and give you a little demo. Here we go. So this is Azure Portal, by the way. I think they did a really nice job giving it a facelift, nice, especially like this little bright theme. API Management looks especially great in that. So as you can see, it's a fairly extensive product. There's a lot of things for you to discover and sort of use here. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go into a lot of detail about these, so I'm going to just show you sort of basic motions here, right? And obviously, the immediate thing that you want to do with API Management is, publish some APIs. Well, for that, we have a special place to do that. And as you can see, you can publish APIs either by defining them manually, importing them from a few specification formats that we support, or creating them from existing Azure assets such as logic apps, functions, or API apps. So for this example, I'm going to use OpenAPI specification. And it essentially is for this API that runs on Azure App Service, it sort of generates its own OpenAPI specification. So I'm going to just copy it over here just to show you how easy it is. And we call this API fictitious conference API FAC. So I'm going to do something a little bit more extensive here. I'm going to add it to a product, which essentially is a publishing concept, allowing you to target specific developers and consumption limits for an API so it's immediately available. And with that, we can create this API. So, API is created. You see all the operations. So we sort of, laid it out for you based on the description that you supplied. The API implementation still stays obviously on app services. But now we created this proxy that is essentially matches perfectly the shape of the API, of this backend API, right? We haven't made any changes. So right now it's straight path through. It's exactly the same. It's just on a different URL, right? You sort of use a different URL to access it. But other than that, it's perfectly the same. This is great. So we can go and actually try it. So I will use this get sessions operation. It has a bunch of optional parameters, but in general, what it does, it gives you all the sessions for this fictitious conference. Speaking of conference APIs, by the way, are you guys enjoying your mobile app? Yeah? OK, so apparently I learned yesterday from a person who stopped by the booth, and he's with this company called Hub, who actually developed that mobile app for us. They are using API management in front of the API that is consumed by this mobile app. So whenever you use your mobile app, you're using API management without knowing it. So going back to this example, so as you can see, it all works. From my test console, I can call this API. Everything is great. I can see sort of what's going on within the gateway, but more importantly, I see that the latency is about 50 milliseconds, which is not, which is not a lot, but it's, it can be improved upon. So let's say I want to reduce this latency, and this, I picked this operation because it returns a lot of data. So how do I do that? Well, I switch to Design tab, and here you can see I can put some policies in. Policies are reusable pieces of API management functionality that you can kind of compose together to achieve certain goals. So here I want to improve latency. Well, so let's go and look what's available for me here. There's a few policies, frequently used policies are available to me here, and then there's all the other policies are sort of provided via a text editor, and we're going to sort of increase the number of these policies that are sort of nicely wrapped into these little tiles. So I can see that I actually can cache responses. That's exactly what I want. That will definitely help me with latency. Just to show you sort of the power of API management, we have about 40 various policies. Only 8 of them are exposed on this little screen, so we're going to add more. But there's a lot here, right? So you guys can go and sort of peruse that. So I'm going to just go and create this policy. We made it really easy, right? So yes, there is a lot of configuration here that you can sort of supply. But in basic terms, all you need is TTL, right? So how long to keep this in cache? And I'm going to, for illustrative purposes, do 10 seconds, right? Obviously, in real life, it's going to be a lot longer. So let's save it. Oh, I forgot one thing, actually, to do. But at this point, let's just roll with it. So anyways, what you can see here is that there is a cache lookup policy edit. And with this cache lookup policy, it sits in the inbound. And what it does, essentially, it checks if cache has a response for this particular request that came in. And then this cache store policy was inserted in the outbound. That one actually captures the request and puts it in the cache based on the TTL that you define. So every 10 seconds, it will grab the response and put it in the cache, rewriting the one that is already there, or creating a new one. You can see the backend is essentially a conference API sitting on app service, so that we forward all the requests there. So at this point, we can go in and do a quick check and see if this actually has any effect. So I'm going to send a request, open trace, 56 milliseconds, do another one, 6 milliseconds, right? So almost an order of magnitude difference with the cache. So we see that cache is actually working here, and everything is fine. Now, with the other thing important here to see is that developer portal, right, was automatically populated. I didn't do a thing, right? I just imported Swagger. But look at the developer portal, right? That and this is, don't mind the look. You can make it whatever, look whatever you want. So here, as you can see, this API is already listed by me, including it in this product that actually is in the published state. It told the system to actually expose it as documentation on the developer portal. So it's right there. And if you go in, you'll see exactly the same set of operations. And now I'm sort of playing a role of developer, right? That's what developers will see. So now they can actually do the same thing. They can come here, and they can try the same operations from this console and see exactly the same results. Specifically, we can send a bunch of requests here and see that response time is 9 milliseconds, so they're experiencing the same speed up as we saw from the task console on the admin portal. So again, admin portal is for publishers, right? It is properly secured and accessible only to publishers. The developer portal is aimed for the consumers of the API. So let me show you something else. So obviously that's great. We can cache and make it so that it performs better for the customers without actually changing the backend API at all, right? But we can do some other things. One of the sort of interesting things that you can do is obviously rate limit, right? Sometimes it's interesting to put some rate limits in. And again, we have policy for that. You can say how many calls you want. So let's say I want 3 calls for every I don't know 20 seconds. Let's say for here, API subscription is a key. So take all the defaults. So that essentially adds another policy, hopefully, over here, right? Now, what we don't like, and is that of course we want a rate limit before looking up cache, so we don't do things if this is request rate limited, why look it up before deciding that you're not going to admit it? So at this point we have a rate limit set up. So now I can actually go into test and test. Yes, I want to save that. And now I'm going to go in the test console and try and see if rate limit works. So in the test console, I can do send. What's going on here? Okay, 1, 2. Come on. There you go, right? So we throttled that request because we said only 3 in every 20 seconds. So if I wait a little longer, hopefully 9 seconds expired at this point, you can see that I can call it again. So again, what we did here is quite remarkable, even if it doesn't seem so. We created a proxy, improved its performance, and protected it with rate limit, all within the span of probably 5 minutes. Without changing backend at all, right? So it's pretty cool, interesting thing you can do. Obviously, from the lifetime perspective, that's what I sort of missed to show you. I wanted to show you revisions, right? So right now, as you noticed, I was making changes to the live API. So these changes are fairly innocuous, but if you are changing something, adding parameter or something, maybe doing some non-breaking or maybe even breaking change, right? You don't want to do it on live API and accidentally disrupt your customers. So for that, we have this concept of revisions, right, which essentially allow you to create a new revision, whatever. And that essentially creates sort of a copy sort of that API that you can work on and test on the side without disrupting the main traffic. and then roll into production when you are satisfied with that. And that works very well for requests, for changes that are non-breaking. For breaking changes, you can take any of these revisions and make them a version, right? And then it will be a standalone version addressed differently, requiring consumers to actually change the way they access the API. So they have to opt in into the new version. And therefore, you can introduce breaking changes without disrupting them using that mechanism. And there's, of course, more of that, but unfortunately, we have to switch back and talk a little bit more about some of the other things that we have on the agenda. So obviously, as I said, we couldn't show you everything. There is a lot of depth to the product. We support complex hybrid configurations. So again, the APIs don't have to be in Azure for API management to work with them. They can absolutely be located on-prem and maybe even in other clouds. We have ability to deploy API management across regions and gain performance and high availability by doing that. And that helps really well in the situations when one of the Azure regions isn't available for a period of time. And your APIs don't have to suffer if that happens if you go with this multi-region configuration. We've got amazing capability in terms of collecting metrics and reporting, as well as debugging and troubleshooting with our Azure Monitor and App Insights integration, respectively. We have great integration with our identity providers, which allow you to use corporate and social internet accounts as well, and many other things. For those of you in the audience who actually use API management, this is just a quick slide to show you some of the things that we shipped, relatively recently. Life is busy. You might have missed that. So take a peek and see if there's some things here that you might be needing but haven't heard about yet. With that, I'd like to yield to Kai, who will tell us all about API management implementation at Zeiss.
Okay, good afternoon. Thanks, Vladimir, for having me here and giving me the opportunity to talk to you about what we do with API management. My name is Kai Walter. I'm from Germany. I'm just an IT guy working in the space of line of business and business intelligence applications for the past 30 years. I'm a runner. Of course, I'm also a husband and dad. And I work for Zeiss. Zeiss is a technology company. It's a leader in optics and optoelectronics in most of the fields, maybe known. Yeah. Success at Zeiss is coming from the devices and components we produce. We develop themselves, we design themselves, we manufacture those components ourselves. Yeah. And we're also very proud of some of the achievements we participated in. So for instance, camera lenses from Zeiss were in a Hasselblad camera which went to the moon in the 60s to take pictures. Close to 40 Nobel Prizes were won with Zeiss devices, mostly microscopes in medical research. And in semiconductor space, 50 years ago, a more or less modified camera lens was put into the first wafer stepper to produce silicon-based chips. Yeah. Zeiss is also a portfolio company. So we have OEM business, B2B, B2B, B2C business. I'm working in corporate IT. Bringing up architectures in such an environment is a hard work. Yeah? So my job is to shape architecture on the corporate level to bring benefit to the business, to bring value to the businesses. I want to talk about how we use API management in our digital endeavor, so to use it for digital integration. And why do we do it? So if you look at this, this is a Kinevo 900. It's a robotics visualization system. It's used in microsurgery, meaning brain surgery, lung surgery. Oh, I should not hit there. And it's a fairly complicated device. I guess you can relate that the optics, the software and the hardware with that device is really complicated. And when going digital, what we did not want to do was to put additional headache for integration on those guys. Yeah? So we want to have integration into what's going on in our back office, so in our capabilities we have back there, like order processing or calling service or pulling knowledge. We want to be that as simple as possible. When we started with that, we thought, okay, what do we do? How can we make this simple? And came up very fast with APIs. Yeah? That was the buzzword 2 years ago. Do APIs and all your problems are solved. That's what we also did. Yeah? And how do we use APIs? Why do we use APIs? So APIs, currently, they're easy to consume for various platforms. So if I look at our platform today, we have consumers, of course, in Node.js, JavaScript, Java, .NET. We have PHP, Python, Objective-C, Swift. All the consumers talking to our integration platform come from various directions. So they're easy to consume. They're even easy to produce for the major platforms at least. So if you're running .NET, JavaScript, Java, you can produce APIs easily from on top of your object definitions or structures you have in your software. But then you have a bunch of APIs. So every developer team could produce an API, and then you have a bunch of APIs. What do you do then? And that's where API management kicks in, because with API management, you can deliver a catalog of APIs, yeah? Making the APIs discoverable. So a developer with the proper authorization can see, okay, I have this API for order processing, I have this API to send in an email. So you have a catalog, you can make it discoverable. What is most important for us is you can uncouple development teams. So when we go into a new integration, we basically meet and hammer down an API specification. Yeah? So this is the contract between the consumer and the producer. We bring it into API management. We even at that point, we can mock the responses, so simulate the responses which potentially should come. And the development team, which does the development for the consumer, they can start right away hitting the API. They do not need to wait for the backend guys to finish the backend. Of course, in the end, when you want to integrate, they need to meet again. But with that, we decouple a bit, and we do not force the consumer developers to wait for the producers. Also with API management, you can manage lifecycle of APIs. So is this API or the operations within the API used at all? Yeah? Often we are faced with a lot of requirements. I need this operation, I need another operation, and we just put it there, link it with the backends and so on. And if you start measuring after several weeks, you see, okay, from these 3 operations, only 2 stick, only 2 are used. The other one you can scrap. And additionally, what you can do with API management, you can hide the complexity of what's going on downstream. Yeah? The whole integration we have here, so below API management for our digital integration, we have a layer which does the whole transport, so bringing stuff from the API, maybe from a REST API into a queue or somewhere else. Transformation of messages, so if consumer and producer do not totally align in the message. And what we often also need to do, we need to hold state. So when a request comes in, we need to hold state, because the backend cannot provide that. Optionally, what we also have downstream is business process orchestration. So if we have in a digital integration a multi-step process we need to track, we have a separate platform for that. We use SAP down there. And then on the producer side, we have various backends. Yeah? So our mail service is very popular. Compliance engine is very important for us. Because we are export restricted, so everything we deliver in a country, we need to check first if we are allowed to do it. So every transactions need to be checked with that. And our ERP systems, which are mainly SAP, but also Salesforce for CRM. What do we use for all that? Of course, we use API management, but for the wiring downstream, we use a set of products. Yeah, we use queues to make things asynchronous. We use functions to do the transformation from one medium to another, so from REST to queue, from queue to REST, or whatever. We use Service Fabric to hold state when we need it for a process. And we use Cosmos DB to buffer certain business documents. So if business documents come spilling up from the SAP system, we buffer them there in case the consumer cannot process it immediately. Now I want to show you various patterns which we apply. The easiest, the easiest pattern is a synchronous call. So consumer hits API management, and we just route it through to the producer. At this stage, you can already apply basic transformation, but as we saw, we can also add authentication or token validation. We can add a lot of stuff which the backend cannot provide, or we do not want the backend to provide. Yeah? Of course, in this scenario, the backend needs really to be able to handle the traffic, and that's not often the case. And for scenarios like that, we go asynchronous. That means a call comes in, we tell the consumer, we got it, accept it, we put the request into a service bus queue, and have then a function reading the queue and talking to the backend at the pace which the backend accepts it. So these functions often are in a singleton pattern so that they only get one message at a time from the queue and talk to the producer. But in this scenario, okay, the information is at the backend, so how do I get it back? So the other way around, our backend, when producing new information, either from a request coming from a digital consumer or any other business event we have, sends it to API management, again in a queue, again in a function, and the function then pushes to the consumer. So not all consumers like to be pushed. So even in the consumer space, we have platforms which do not like to be triggered 100 times or 1,000 times at a second, which can happen. So if SAP spills out a lot of master data changes, a lot of traffic is coming up in the platform, and not all the consumers can take it. And for this case, we have a bit of a decoupled scenario. That means all those documents are buffered in Cosmos DB. Yeah, it's very simple storage, and it's a NoSQL storage. So we can change a schema which we do not have. We just put in documents, and whenever it is feasible for the consumer can pull one or more documents, can even tell the API management, give me all the documents which changed or were created in the past hour. These are the patterns we apply. I now want to show you how our API management looks like. A small demo, but give me a minute. I have to sign in my machine again. It's in sleep mode. Come on. Bear with me. Now. So I'm now in API management. The first thing I need to do is to check whether, yeah, okay. As Vlad told you, API management offers a developer portal. That's very good because this portal I can use to publish or show APIs to potential consumers. And what we did at SAIS, we have one entry-level API which is open to all people signing into this portal. Of course, they need a SAIS account, yeah? But any user can sign into this portal and we'll see this API. Other APIs we have, we need to authorize them, of course. Yeah? This can be done with products, with groups. So there's a very mature structure there you can use for that. This mail API we have here, this is for me, that's the teaser. Yeah? This is how I get people in our integration platform because they create these fancy mobile applications or web applications or whatever. Then they start sending email with God knows what service. And then they see, okay, this is not an official SAIS email, yeah? So because we want to have the email sent from our servers, but if you're up in the cloud or mobile, you cannot connect to our mail servers. So this mail API really is the kicker, yeah? So with that, I get almost all the people. So API management. Then shows you the operations you have. Yeah? You can give some explanation to it. You can define a schema. This is a very complicated one. I will come to that. The potential resources, the potential responses. And what is very nice to all the people who have doubt when they come to me, I can show them, look, if you want to do it in C#, it looks like that. If you want to do it in Java, it looks like that. If you want to do it in JavaScript, you do it like that. So piece of cake. Yeah? Where's the problem? Just copy that code, modify it, and off you go. And also a cool feature is you can try the API instantly. You can say, okay, if you do not trust me, let's try it. You can press the try button. I will spin up my mobile phone, see, inbox is empty, okay. And then I can show them, okay, you just modify this body, you send in here, you change the email address, and then you hit send. So now this simple post operation is sent to that endpoint. This body needs to be populated in order to generate the email, and so here's the email. So one email. So it's very simple. And of course we have a rate limit. So what Vladimir told you, you can put a rate limit. This API, which is open to all the SAIS people, has a limit. So of course, I only allow them to send 5 emails a minute. Too many requests. Because I do not want to use them to use this service in production. So they come very fast to me and say, okay, this email service is nice. I want to have the unlimited version. Yeah? And then, behind this developer portal, you can establish an approval process. So someone can request access. You get an email. You can approve it. That basic workflow is given. And then I can grant them access to an unlimited API, which is just another product. So I have a product limited, that's what they get, and if they want to have the full one, they get the unlimited product. And with a limited, unlimited product, I can control the behavior on top of the APIs. So from my point of view, API management is really, for us, for our integration platform, is key to success. Yeah? It helps us in our journey and providing simple integration. Okay, with that, I would
Thank you, Kai.
You need to
All right, let's go to 5 and wrap this up. So just a few sort of concluding words. So we, API management obviously is an Azure service, right? So we update it continuously. So if you guys follow us on Azure updates, you'll see that we release a new version of API management seamlessly for you, probably every 3 weeks on average, right? So it has a bunch of bug fixes, performance improvements, changes, sometimes new features. Once in a while, we do something big, and this is big, right? This essentially an announcement we want to make today. And this is, you are the first sort of audience to hear it. Based on customer feedback, we are coming out with a new tier of API management. So far, we have 4 tiers, developer, basic, standard, and premium. All of them are private tenant architecture tiers. So essentially where we pre-provision all the resources from the outset and dedicate those resources to this specific tenant that you provisioned. And it gives you, obviously, security boundary. It gives you predictable throughput and performance. But also, you have to pay for those resources regardless of the fact if you're using them or not. For some customers, especially who start slow and have not a huge volume of traffic, that becomes expensive. So we had a lot of customers asking us, can you provide us a lighter version of API management where we can be billed only for what we use? And that's this SKU that it doesn't have a sort of a name yet. We call it sort of consumption tentatively. It is especially suited for managing APIs based on microservices architecture. So imagine you have a microservice architecture based API using functions, Azure Functions. Well, functions are dynamic. They scale out and scale back in, right? So you can't put something that is fixed in front of them. So since this guy has all the services properties, such as instant provisioning, automated scaling out and back to 0, right, it is very congruent with functions, for example, or with other sort of microservice-based architectures based on containers, which also scale out, scale down, et cetera. They're highly fluid, highly elastic. So this sort of composes with that very well. It has a curated feature set, so it's not a full API management. So for instance, it lacks developer portal. It's just a gateway. It has some other usage limits, but it's a great starting point, and obviously we'll provide you with a great path to upgrade to the full version when you need one. So just for you guys, it's a private preview, right? So we hope to have a public preview, probably somewhere in 6 weeks. But up until then, we would like to run a private preview. And this is the URL that you can use to go and sign up for it. We'll ask you for a bunch of information. Admission is not guaranteed because we have a limited number of sort of seats, and we need to sort of choose carefully to evaluate the scenarios that we want to evaluate. But please apply, and if you got selected, we're going to contact you and hope you can provide us with some feedback. If you want to see this guy in action, as soon as this session is finished, go to the main expo floor. We have a theater session that talks about specifically using API management for APIs that are microservices based. There will be demos with functions and Kubernetes, and it will be done on this new tier that I just announced. There are a few resources I want to share with you. There is some documentation. If you have any questions, Service Stack Overflow forum is very good for those. The nice thing about Stack Overflow is that community helps. So that you can get responses in a timely manner, sometimes by the members of community. And most importantly, it's actually monitored by Microsoft, and there are people who are specifically watching and making sure that questions don't sit too long on that forum and answer. So they come and start bugging us to go and respond. So it's a great way to sort of get in touch with you if you have general questions. We've got a bunch of policy examples. You saw policies are fairly powerful, but somewhat complicated. We get a great set of policies demonstrating sort of the art of the possible that you can easily grab and reuse and get started with. A lot of questions are about API management in general, right? If you want a catalog of APIs and a single front door, it means you have to have one API management instance. In large enterprises, there's many teams, and each of these teams owns a subset of APIs that they want to expose as an enterprise. And therefore, they are sharing the same API management instance across multiple teams. This DevOps link has a guidance on how to best accomplish that. And then service updates, if you're using the product or interested in its evolution, following this update alias or the link will bring you to the page which has all the updates. And as soon as we sort of start rolling out new service update, we post it to that channel. We have a roadmap. If you want to see some features, go to API and Wish. We triage it regularly. There's a bunch of requests there already. So please check and see if you'd rather maybe vote up something than create a new duplicate request. And lastly, if you want to see more stories like Kai's, please go to the customers link. And there is a bunch of them there. I think like about 40 of them over there. With that, I appreciate you guys coming out. Thank you very much. You've been a great audience. And please provide feedback as constructive as you can. Thank you.